some dope and I feel like myself again. I was now the drugs they give me confidence.
Gentlemen, welcome back to the best show on the continent. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Mabena.com show. This is Mr. Mabena, the Prince of Saudi Africa on Instagram. Go check me out, man. So, today we got Mr. Pull up to the town with a price on my head. Mr. NAV, price on my head, yeah, price on my head. Yeah, that guy, ladies and gentlemen. The king of mystery and keeping it on a low key. Was born as Navarrete Saint Goraya, yeah man, on November 3rd, 1989 in the 06 Toronto, Ontario, man. And he says that was a rough neighborhood, ladies and gentlemen. He is the youngest out of his two siblings, man. He has two sisters, so you know, man, he's a young lad, you know, the man of the crib, you dig? The boy lived with both these parents, man, and they are from Punjab in Pakistan, ladies and gentlemen, and in the northern region of India. It's in between there, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, man, his mother was involved in computer manufacturing, and his dad worked as a forklift driver in a factory, man. So yeah, man, in grade 3 his parents bought him a boombox, and that's when his musical journey began, man. First listening to Indian music, and then moving on to the hippity hop, ladies and gentlemen. So nothing more to be said, right? Yeah, it's all a baby mucho gusto. Let's get to it. Number 1, his uncle was a famous singer. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, his uncle was very popular in India. And then, man, he later took NAV to the studio for his first studio session, man. Because NAV was learning how to make beats, and NAV was a low-key, a dope producer, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, man, the boy kept it to himself. And, you know, he didn't like no funny business. He was liked it keeping himself to himself, man. He says he grew up in the neighborhood, mixed, man. Chinese guys, black guys, Indian guys, everybody was there, man. You know, it was a nice time and a good vibe, and he learned to tolerate and understand different cultures. One time. Number 2, he got a cosign from Nas, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, the legendary hip-hop boss spitter, hey, word manipulator, hey, yeah, man, Mr. Nas himself, man. The guy grew up listening to classics, man, and he says he was influenced by rappers like Jay-Z, Tupac Shakur, Biggie Smalls, and Nas, man. And he says, when Nas got him that cosign, man, he got that cosign via Instagram. Then, man, he later bumped up with Travis Scott. You know, he started playing Travis Scott, Future, man, you know, just vibing it out with the trap music. And he says, man, he got inspiration from watching these classical dudes in interviews, man, you know, and see what they were doing, man, because he wants to do the same. One time. Number 3, he went to West Humber Junior Middle School. So, man, he went there until the 8th grade, and then he moved to Tittlestown, Collegiate or something like that institution, where he attended there from grade 9 to 12, man. And then he lived in Sunnydale Acres Park, and the boy wasn't an A student, but he finished school, man, you know, that's good. One time. Number 4, he used to make beats. Yeah, man, the guy used to use Logic Pro on his Mac, and man, he'd make beats, and his friends would freestyle over them. Yeah, go check the freestyle, man. Yes, sir, go check the freestyle. He started working with upcoming rappers in Toronto, man, cause the only big names were Drizzy Drake and The Weeknd. So yeah, man, the guy became the coolest kid in school because he was working with the local artists. And then Nav, man, you know, he sung over his instrumentals and then dropped it on SoundCloud, and then I just want the money, homie. Number 5, he had side hustle and motivate. Yeah, man, the boy worked side jobs, as man, he was also working on his craft in the spare time he had, man. Yes, sir. Take Me Simple. That's the track that really popped and got him to the limelight, as it has over 50 million streams, and the boy was running the numbers up. Running the numbers up. Yeah, man. And then man, the boy used Post Malone's name to get famous. But you know what? That's just a genius skill. That's just what manipulation of the game to get to the top. So I love that about the homie. Shout out to you, my boy. You're the greatest. You're the greatest. Number 6, he is signed to OVO XO. Yeah, you know my dealers. Yes, man. The boy was starting to pop, man, and record labels were putting all over the place, and he denied all of them, man, and he remained independent until, man, you know what? He met Mr. Derek Wise, who was signed to The Weeknd, and then they became friends, and Dave and Mr. Derek gave Amir, The Weeknd's manager, Nav's number, and then The Weeknd flew Nav out to LA, and he met Cash, and Cash liked with Nav's vibe, and Nav liked Cash's vibe. Then he signed with EXO, and what? Cash is his current manager, and they're winning, ladies and gentlemen. The guy says, man, The Weeknd takes care of his artists, and what, they even play basketball together, man. Shout out to Mr. Tesfaye. Yeah, man, and he says, man, one day he wants to become a household name like The Weeknd, man. In your arms. Yeah, we're hitting those high notes today, ladies and gentlemen. Number 7, he made the back-to-back diss track instrumental. The most successful commercial diss track, man. Oof. Yes, Nav made the beat, ladies and gentlemen, and apparently Drake never knew who Nav was. So Mr. Drizzy and Mr. 40 sped up the beat, and then, yes sir, back to back like I'm on the cover of Lethal Weapon. Damn, boy, those were bars right there, and it became the first diss track to get Grammy nominated, ladies and gentlemen. And then Nav knew that Drake knew him later on, though, when he played his track on OVO Radio. The OGs know OVO Radio, man. What's that? Number 8, Beebs in the Trap. As Cash, man, found that Nav made beats, he found a beat on his computer, and he said, man, you should record on this. It's quite good. I like it, man. And then, yeah, man, he recorded it with what? Mr. Trav. He met Travis at a couple of shows, man. But yeah, it took some time for them to work together, but they did, man. And then, I just put an 8 in the lead. With daddy as they make sweeter. Versace my store, and when they want more, but it did not like Adidas. Black girl want all money. And then, man, yeah, even Kylie Jenner gave him a co-sign. Shout out. Number 9, the first time he ever performed was when he opened for The Weeknd. Yes, at the O2, turning it out to O3. Oh yes, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, the first performance Nav had was at the O2 Arena in London, and he opened for Mr. The Weeknd, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, the crowd was 240,000. I'm just kidding, it was like a 20k crowd. Sold out right there, ladies and gentlemen, and it was hella crazy, ladies and gentlemen. Damn, it was crazy. One time. Number 10, I just want the money, homie. His net worth is about $4 million. I just want the money, homie. So yeah, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. It's all up, baby, mucho gusto.